Every industry is hiring, every building has a help wanted sign on it.
According to the Labor Department, almost 4.5 million Americans quit their jobs back in September. Now, that's in addition to the 4.3 million who quit in August and the 4 million in July.
Yeah, and that really affects the goods we can get, where we can get service. Tonight, Amanda Fay talks with local business owners about all these challenges they're facing and what they see for the future.
I quit my job for a better work-life balance.
I quit my job because, just like everywhere else with the pandemic, we've been overworked and understaffed.
I quit my job because it was so demanding and hard on my body.
I quit my job because I felt like I wasn't being fairly compensated for the work that I was doing.
All workers from Northwest Ohio, and they all quit within the last 6 months. They're just some of the dozens of people who commented on our WTOL 11 Facebook post. They may all have different reasons for quitting, but the one thing that brings them all together is they quit because they could.
This is the back of a bowling alley.
Rich Kenny is taking on a project that sounds nearly impossible right now. He's renovating a bowling alley, the former Rossford Lanes that closed more than 2 years ago.
Just wanted to take what we've done well in Bedford and Michigan and bring it here to Rossford, very similar.
That's right, he already owns one bowling alley just over the state line, Forest View Lanes. Kenny not only had to close his business in the beginning of the pandemic, but he's also had to adjust to state requirements on the fly. But he says the last 6 months,
This is probably the most challenging time we've experienced in the last 2 years as a business.
finding staff, the first challenge.
People can pick and choose where they want to work, and it's our job to keep them there.
Kenny says his pay is competitive and he takes care of his employees. He's now finally at full staff, 80 workers, but he knows the labor market is struggling big time.
I really believe we're at full employment right now in this country. There's no one left to work. If they're working, if they want to work, they're already working.
Kenny believes those who aren't have a skills mismatch. Baby boomers are retiring early. Then there's this.
More families are going down to one-income families instead of two. They found out they can survive on one income.
And the lack of workers isn't just affecting Kenny's ability to fill his schedule. It's also impacting his ability to serve his customers.
We can't even get potato skins right now. Pretty much everyone's not able to get potato skins in.
Supply chain challenges. Kenny says he just hopes his truck arrives. Then he hopes it's packed with all the produce he ordered.
You know, some weeks we can't get, we get bacon at a 30% price increase. Then we get, avocados prices going up, then broccoli prices are up.
So what's happening right now for businesses is sort of the perfect storm.
Wendy Gramza, president of the Toledo Regional Chamber of Commerce, says a shortage of labor, shortage of raw materials, shortage of production. It all has a real impact on local businesses, and it's led to higher prices for consumers.
People are having to make decisions, and you'll probably see demand start for products and services take a dip because there's going to be a price point where people say, I can't afford this.
So how can businesses turn it around? Gramsa says it'll take leadership to encourage people to go back to work, helping with logistics, childcare, and transportation, and simply appealing to workers in a different way.
Business owners are resourceful and creative, and they're working on solutions to these problems.
So all the material comes in.
Matt Yarder is the vice president of Yarder Manufacturing Company, a fourth-generation family business in West Toledo. The company has been around for more than 100 years, working with sheet metal.
Like most businesses, the last year and a half has had some challenges with workforce and supply chain, but we're learning every day.
Yarder says being a family business has its advantages. He can quickly implement employee incentives to see how they work, like flexible hours so workers can tend to their families. The company also offers a bonus program.
So if our employees work a 45-hour work week, they'll get paid their standard time plus the overtime for those hours and an additional $100 bonus a week for working that overtime.
Yarder says he's now found some really good workers, but both he and Kenny believe it's going to be another year or so before things fully stabilize.
I'm be afraid to hire 70 people for this place today. I don't know if it's even feasible.
And it all means the opening of Forest View Rossford will be about a year behind schedule. Kenny has hit delays for nailing down everything from financing to bowling pins, but he thinks he can build out this place in the spring and open by summer.
We're just trying to keep providing great food, great experience, great bowling for everyone that comes in our facility.
I quit my job.
And those workers who quit their jobs, they have some insight for employers hanging a perpetual now hiring sign in their windows.
With young kids, it's really important for employers to be flexible.
Someone who respects and values me as a person in the job and outside of the job.
Understanding employees, somebody who can make you feel like the work you're doing is important.
Take me seriously with moving me forward with my education and training.
Reporting in downtown Toledo, Amanda Fay, WTOL 11.
And to learn more about what those workers we talked to who quit, what they are doing now, check out the extended interviews that we have right now in this story on our website.
Good to get some perspective on that, because I know we're all dealing with the effects.
Absolutely.